always loved this bike. It's a 2013 Specialized SRAM AXS 04 Pro with a mix of SRAM Red and Force drivetrain. Now off the shelf, it was way more bike than I am rider, that's for sure, but I still did a few upgrades. I put some Zip 202s on there, upgraded the tires to the S-Works turbos, Zip carbon handlebars, and that really cool SRAM Red cassette. Shortly after I bought this bike, 11-speed came out, which I didn't really feel like I ever needed, but I did want to switch to Shimano Dura Ace mechanical 11-speed. Whenever the electronic group sets were launched, I really didn't care. I didn't want to run wires on my bike. I didn't want to add batteries. I didn't want to charge it. I didn't want to be out stranded on a ride with a dead battery because it's a bicycle. It's supposed to just work. When Shimano launched the electronic group sets, I really had zero interest in those. I didn't want to run wires on my bike. I didn't want to have to charge it before I go out for a ride. I was perfectly fine with mechanical shifting. Then SRAM launched eTap, and everybody loves it. It's a lot more simple, no wires to run, easier setup, much easier to live with, but higher price tag. Electronic group sets never have deterred me from wanting Dura Ace 11-speed mechanical. That's still what I want to this day. But SRAM has recently launched a brand new electronic group set that has piqued my curiosity, so I need to learn a little bit more about it.
My name's John Greenstreet with Bike Surgeon. We've had the shop for about 15 years. Coming up on our 10-year anniversary here in O'Fallon and Shiloh area. Moved over to O'Fallon about 3 years ago, now 2.5, to this downtown O'Fallon location in 201 State. Really enjoying being down here, a lot more connected with the community. It's a whole lot better for our group rides. We're getting hundreds out on regular occasion on Tuesday evenings. Saturday mornings, well, just yesterday we had about 45 riders that took off from us 8 o'clock on Saturday. So lots of fun stuff on the group ride side of things.
So what is SRAM Force eTap?
So SRAM Force, the eTap Axis group just came out. eTap has been something that SRAM's been doing for a few years now. It's their wireless electronic group. It's the only wireless group in the industry right now. They just released the Force Groupo right after they had released the Red Axis group. The Axis refers to their latest version. It's moved to 12 speeds rather than 11. It's also incorporated the 10-tooth rear cassette cog into the mix, which they've been using in mountain bikes for a long time. So it gives a much larger spread to the cassette, because that 10-tooth versus an 11-tooth is almost a 10% change in ratio. Now with it being available in Force, there's a lot more availability for customers to get involved with that particular group, because it's a lower cost offering.
So how is it different from the other electronic groups out there?
Well, so the Axis brought 12 speed to be, which is a pretty significant change. But the biggest difference between eTap and its competitors is the wireless function. For us as mechanics, when we're putting that on a bike, it installs a lot quicker. No wires to run, no extra figuring out where to put things. You're able to put it in and on the bike and have it function very, very quickly. But for a rider, the biggest thing is the aesthetics, very clean aesthetics, but also the batteries. On a Shimano drivetrain, the electronic is an internal battery, which is a really nice way to do it. But if you have an issue, you decide that you didn't want to charge, even though the battery life is pretty good, and it runs dead on you out on the road, you end up with a situation that you really can't do anything about. On the eTap group, for a number of years now, we've had separate little batteries on each derailleur, and those are interchangeable. Obviously, we shift much more often with the rear derailleur than we do with the front. So we see rear derailleur, if you're going to lose a battery, would be the first one to go. You're able to swap those batteries and continue on. Also, with a lot of our eTap groups, we'll sell an additional battery. An additional battery in the SRAM group is $40, $45. In the Shimano group, it's over $100. And you can't swap the battery on the fly with the Shimano. You can put that little spare battery into your seat bag. If you have an issue, you pull out the fresh one and stick it on. And they've incorporated some additional new features. The 10-tooth that we've talked about, a new chain. It's a flat top chain. It's got a really cool aesthetic. But then you also see on the front end, there's chain ring size differences. Because we have that 10-tooth to work with on the high side of things, we're able to shrink down the chain ring size on the front end. So you'll see a 46-tooth big ring combined with that 10-tooth. That'll give you a very comparable gear set to the competitors' drivetrains with actually a little more range on top and then a little more range on the bottom.
So what are my thoughts on SRAM Force AXS? I'll just put it to you this way.
It's really good.
Now the more important question is, will I be buying it or will I be sticking to my original plan of going with the Dura Ace 11 speed? It's really hard to say. Time and money will tell, I guess. I want to give a big thank you to John at Bike Surgeon for allowing me to demo the new AXS group. It was really a great experience. I'm glad I got to get my hands on it before I make a decision. Thank you for watching. If you like this bike nerd stuff, please give us a subscribe, hit the like button, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We are 2 on Bikes everywhere.